Okay, so as a quick brief intro for everyone's information, today we have Shehbaz Shaikh, the Chief Retail Officer of Redtag, a leading value fashion and homeware brand lifestyle label in the GCC region. Shehbaz is an industry leader with over 25 years of experience across fashion, food, and finance verticals, with stints in KSA, Bahrain, Kuwait, and the UAE. And we also have Mark, editor of Seamless Xtra, a platform that focuses on retail e-commerce and fintech. Seamless Xtra is the one behind with leading e-commerce retail finance conferences across the globe, from Singapore, Dubai to Berlin. Okay, Mark, you can start.
Shehbaz, thank you for joining today. I really appreciate you taking the time out. Just to jump straight into it. So obviously Redtag has been in the region now for quite a while. 17 years is what I have written down here. What are some of the biggest changes that you've seen in that time? Maybe you can give me just a quick insight into how the company has evolved in that time.
Hi, good morning, Mark and Troops. Thank you for having me over. Well, thank you for the introduction as well. Redtag is 17 years old now. We launched our first store in Abu Dhabi. And after that, we started launching Redtag stores in all across the GCC and MENA region. 17 years has been a very good ride for us. We are close to more than 200 stores today, all over the GCC and the MENA regions. We are known for our value retail. We operate in the value retail segment, which caters to the women as the prime target audience and our shopper. And obviously, we've got apparel, merchandise for kids, for homeware, and we've also got for ladies and men's. So over the last 17 years, yes, we have expanded our stores. We've expanded our footprint all over the GCC. And as I said, it's been a very enjoyable ride. But at the same time, the market's got competitive. You've had new retailers coming in the value segment. You've had a big change in the shopping behavior through e-commerce and the other digital and the marketplaces. And, the e-commerce segment has kind of expanded over the last 17 years. And also earlier, when we started off, there were one or two retailers in this part of the world. But today, customers have got a lot of choices. Customers have got a lot of new malls, more malls. And obviously, retail is expanding in this part of the world. The youth population, the bulge of the youth, especially in Saudi Arabia, which is our biggest market and which we look at very closely. So our 70% business is from Saudi Arabia, and the rest of the business is from the other parts of Saudi Arabia.
Good. And just to focus on the customer then, in terms of their shopping habits, the way they shop, what changes have you seen here, and how does Redtag kind of keep up with these changes?
Right. The customer shopping habits, what we've seen is in the last 10 years, they are more aware today, which they were not earlier. The awareness has come through the social media channels. There are, different ways and avenues where they get their information. They have become more demanding. But as a business, for us, it's always been the customer at the center. So our strategy is always the customers at the center. We've got a product and the offering that we have in our stores. To top it up and to differentiate ourselves, we have the services which are our differentiators, which we provide to our customers. So coming back to your question, they are more informative today. They know what they want. They are very well aware about the fashion trends that's happening all over the world, because we operate only in this part of the world, which is the MENA region. And they are much more demanding. So, customers want the right product, right trend, right price. And they have other avenues where you've got the big e-com players. So you really have to be relevant. You have to be on your toes. You have to be agile as a retailer, so that customers are the core for us. And hence we need to cater and give it to them what they want. And at the end of the day, the customer decides. So we as a retailer, we make sure that we give different channels. And today, the mantra is omni-channel. We are majority of brick and mortar retail. Like I said, we've got more than 200 stores in this part of the world. But we also are on e-com. We also have WhatsApp. And we have the other avenues that we give to them with regards to when they come and shop with us.
Yeah. Could you just give me a breakdown then of your revenue and how much of that comes from the kind of traditional brick and mortar stores? How much of that comes from the e-commerce side of things? And how is that changing?
Right. So, our footprint is almost 200 stores, and our e-com business has kind of started off 2 years back. We have been a little slow on the e-com because, the core has always been open more stores, increase your footprint, get to the consumers in Saudi Arabia being the biggest country in this part of the world. And we are there in almost 70 cities. But we have launched the e-com around 2 years back. So today, our e-com share is around 3% of our top line. We are planning to double it in our financial year is July to June. So the coming financial year, July to June, we are planning to go to 6% and hopefully 10% in the following year. So we have been getting double digits growth in the sense, almost doubling the sales, not double digit growth. We're doubling the sales with regards to our e-com business. And it is not as easy as it looks, so you have to keep, like I said, the customer at the center. There is a last mile. That is so important. There is inventory, what you offer to them. There's a pricing aspect. But we've been almost doubling our sales in the last 2 years.
Yeah. Now, I guess just to touch on the customer, obviously you've mentioned it's very customer centric. One of the things that's probably changed in the last 10 years is now it's a lot more catered towards the customer on an individual basis, I guess. How do you cater towards that? Obviously, personalized shopping now it's a huge thing. What's Redtag done to kind of stand out in this space?
Right, Mark. So, we've been pretty proactive on our loyalty program. So we were one of the first when we have launched our loyalty program almost like 10 years back. We've got a database of 15 million customers. The database today, over the years, we've kind of increased our database, gotten new customers, registered almost all our customers. And from this database, we have now a customer data platform, which is called CDP, which helps us to have a customer one view. What I mean by customer one view is I know our customer, what she shops, how often she shops with us, which is a favorite store. Like I said, we have around Redtag is there in 75 cities, but they do move around in the main cities, like Jeddah, Khobar, Riyadh. Where does she shop? How often she shops with us? What are the categories she shops with us? Based on this data, we hyper-personalize and send the customer offerings only looking at her preference. So like I said, the customer is at the center. We look at her behavior with regards to her shopping behavior, and we send personalized messages through WhatsApp, through SMS, through the digital, platforms. So we hyper personalize with regards to our offering to our customers. Even on e-com, there are a lot of softwares which we have in our e-com today, which tells us when a customer drops off, is she our current customer or she's a new customer, and how do I get her back? So there are two things that we kind of look at: increasing our repeat customer frequency. So today, we have almost 90% of our transactions, which are repeat customers, 10% are new. We want to gain more new, customers because we've been in this part of the world for quite some time. But we have good amount of database. So being proactive in starting the loyalty program and giving it back to the customer. So we've got a very robust loyalty program. We've got tiers in that, helps us to hyper-personalize, helps us to understand her behavior. And obviously, customer who's shopping for men's doesn't want to see something on homeware or on kids. He is a men's shopper. He comes, buys men's, he likes the goods. He comes once every 3 months. So I would only talk to him on the men's collection. I hope I've answered the question, Mark.
Absolutely. You mentioned data and the use of data. Is this something that you can use to stand out from other competitors in the industry? Because obviously the retail segment, it is very competitive in the region, both online and the brick and mortar shops. Is it the way that data is used that kind of helps companies like Redtag stand out? Or what else do you think you can do to differentiate yourself from other players in the market?
Again, Mark, our vision statement for the business is to be the most trusted retailer with happy people making customers smile every day, right? Now, we have to make the customer smile every day. And like I said, customers at the core. So it can not only be data, it has to be over and above. So data is something which customer empowers us and tells us, listen, okay, this is my data, this is my behavior, and obviously we give it back to the customer. But over and above that, customer being at the center, the second circle, that is the product and the offering. Obviously, customer wants good product, right trend, right price, and the availability of the product. To top it all up, we differentiate ourselves by the services that we offer. For example, a customer comes to the store, loves the product, doesn't get the size. We offer the size to the customer at her doorstep, free of cost, because obviously we've got so many stores across, and she comes and shops in a store, doesn't get the size. So that's the find your size offering that we have. Secondly, we obviously have brand ambassadors in our stores. So we have like platinum customers, the valuable customers who we cater to brand ambassadors. We give them family and friend vouchers, which helps in, refer a friend kind of a thing. We kind of give them, we incentivize them because they shop with us. We've got a wow bill kind of an initiative. So any customer who shops above a limit, we give them a free gift. So these are the delight factors which, helps us to differentiate ourselves because, the competition is tough, product and price. Anybody can compete in that. But to top it all up, where we have this find your size, we have a brand ambassador campaign, and lastly, we have fashion stylists. Each of our Redtag store has a fashion stylist. So if any customer wants to understand regarding her body color, regarding her body shape, what suits her, what's the latest trend, what's the best fit for the occasion, she wants it for an evening wear, she wants it for a party wear. So we've got a fashion stylist in every store. And being a value retailer, when you talk about a fashion stylist, they're like, listen, you generally get this in, luxury stores. So we have this service as an offering as well. And lastly, to gain the trust of the customer, like I said, we want to be a trusted retailer. Our anytime, anywhere exchange policy empowers the customer to exchange if she doesn't like it. The size is not right, the fit is not right, she could exchange it at any of our store without any time limit. Generally, retailers have got 15 days, 30 days, when you shop, oh, let's try it. If not, I need to get back and exchange. But for Redtag, you can be completely, sure that Redtag will take it back. Don't worry, we'll take it back in any of the stores that you can go to. And there is no time limit. That creates a trust, that creates a confidence. And these are the 5 to 10 differentiators which we've created for the brand. And we watch it very closely. We kind of have regular trainings. We also hear our customers. So, Mark, it's very important. We have a very robust feedback system where we get almost 5,000 feedback from our customers. They talk about the service levels in the store. They give us feedback on the product, which also helps us either to change what we're doing, to tweak what we're doing, and to kind of increase the offerings that they ask.
Yeah, good. Shehbaz, I want to touch on something which has been very topical the last 6 months. We're hearing this word nearly every day, at least I am all the time, AI. And I'd like to get from your perspective, is this something that you're already implementing? Is this something you think can actually provide real value? Or is this just kind of a fad we're going through? I'd love to hear your perspective on that.
Mark, yes, AI is making inroads into all of the segments in the industries all across the world. But let us be specific to our kind of industry, which is retail. And yes, it's making deep inroads into our kind of business. Is Redtag using AI? Yes. Are we there yet? I would say no, because, it's taken speed off lately. We are using AI in a lot of areas where we hyper-personalize in the marketing segment. Like I said, we've got the database. So AI is coming right now. Before it was ML, which is machine learning. So the amount of data you put in your softwares, amount of data you have, the machine learns and then advises you. And AI is a top of the ML, which is the latest thing that's happening. So we do use AI for hyper-personalizing marketing campaigns. We have used AI in our social media, where we have AI filters on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, which helps the customers to engage with the brand and also give them gamification and engage like with them. We are using AI a little bit on the e-com platform, which helps us to advise what to offer, when to offer, being proactive. On a loyalty program, AI is being used with regards to understanding when a customer churns. So, to be proactive, I know the behavior. She comes every 2 months, not come in the last 3 months. How do I get back? So there's a lot of uses in silos that's happening across the business. AI, not to forget, in our supply chain, extremely important, because with e-com growing, and as we say, as I just mentioned, that it's doubled. So you need better pick pack dispatch times. So AI in the usage in the warehousing facilities, how to reduce your time of pick pack dispatch, how to get efficient in the last mile deliveries where we have third parties. So three areas where we are using it, which is in marketing, which is the personalization, hyper personalization, social media, on our e-com channels, but more so with regards to our inventory. So, like I said, right product, right place, right time. You have a lot of data. How do you use AI in these part of the world? And to top it up in the next, hopefully 1 or 2 years or the next 6 months, so we have a plan forward. AI in stores. You've got these magic mirrors. The customer comes, look at the product, doesn't have to buy it. It shows how it looks on her. AI with regards to self checkouts. AI with regards to getting things done way quicker than how it's happening today. So supply chain, inventory, and marketing. I think these are the big three domains where
Yeah.
we have a plan set, but we have to take it step by step.
Yeah, I guess that leads on to my next question, in a way. In terms of the next 5 years, can you give me an insight into what your plans are and what are some of the big challenges that you're likely to face?
All right, the plan in the next 5 years is, but obvious, to grow the footprint of Redtag. We have been opening almost 10 to 15 stores every year. We would want to open around 10 stores at least every year. At the same time, we do realize the e-commerce is going to expand in this part of the world. The customer behavior is changing. And as I said, hopefully in the 5 years, our e-com should be around 20% of our top line. Not to forget, brick and mortar remains. We have to be relevant in the stores with the experience that we give to the customers. And as I said earlier, customers are getting more demanding. So they know, they're aware, they know, they want an immersive, engaging experience in the stores. So the differentiators that we have created, we want to embark on them. We want to be the best. We want to be known that, listen, you go to Redtag, the service is great. They listen to me. They get back to me if there's any pain points. My e-com with regards to my last mile and the whole journey of e-com needs to be the best. So in the next 5 years, we want to be the best in the e-com. We want to increase our footprint in the brick and mortar, but at the same time, have a very immersive, engaging experience. And also we have to realize that all the other channels are going to go business. You take Insta, you take TikTok, WhatsApp is already on business. We're already there on WhatsApp. So they're all going to go on business. More than engaging and social element, they are going to get commercial. They're going to kind of, monetize these, like platforms. And lastly, not to forget, omni-channel. Customer makes the choice. Customer wants to shop at Redtag, has a choice in the stores, has a choice on e-com, has a choice on WhatsApp, or has a choice possibly just call and say, listen, I want XYZ. So we have to give the complete power to the customer, because customer decides. And 5 years, I think retail, like brick and mortar, stays. I think, and especially in this part of the world, shopping is a big culture. People love going shopping. You've got these big Eid season, or we had the second Eid coming. We just finished the first Eid. It was a very big season for us. Now they love shopping, and it's like a cultural habit. So stores would stay, brick and mortar would, grow and do well, especially Saudi Arabia, with the kind of reforms, with the kind of expansion that's happening in that country. That country is growing so fast. the youth population and the working people are growing, the locals, like especially, and I think the economy is pretty robust. So we need to stay relevant. We cannot say that, listen, we've got X number of stores. So, we are pretty aware about the fact that we need to be on the toes, and you need to be on the toes, especially in retail every day. So we need to stay relevant and make the stores exciting. E-commerce, see that you're there and customer has the choice, and grow your business.
Great. Shehbaz, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Some excellent insights into what's going to happen over the next couple of years. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Mark. Appreciate. Bye.
Thank you.